Hello everybody, and welcome to the next game. My Dota always does this when I start stream. At the beginning of every single stream, my Dota will just stop working. There we go. Okay, welcome to the next game in the DelotA Dota 2 Amateur tournament. This is February's tournament, and this is hopefully they will be in now. Yes, we have PP Pussy Patrol versus versus Gamertson. I don't think I have my open mic on again. I always do that every single time. I never have my open mic on. I'm just delicious, and with me is the wonderful Vague Raconteur. Or maybe not.
Also, never had his open mic on. Hello, and welcome to Gamertson versus the beautifully in-betweener reference Pussy Patrol. And obviously, we're seeing Gamertson in January. We absolutely love them also. Yeah, hopefully my mic quality might be a bit better. I was a little bit loud last game, so hopefully it doesn't sound so bad today. But Gamertson versus Pussy Patrol, we've seen Gamertson before. We know how good they are. I personally tried to go against them, and I believe I could have cried. But they're an amazing team, and Pussy Patrol is someone we've not seen before. And just can't wait to see what they do.
Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting match, to say the least. Hopefully, it'll live up to the expectations of the match set before it from yesterday, which was pretty unbelievable. RIP versus Gamertson. If you haven't checked that game out yet, get onto our YouTube channel, DelotA, and check that game out. That game was fantastic. And today we are bringing you Gamertson versus PPA. This is just a first round match to see who gets into the winners and who gets into the losers bracket. So this isn't for elimination, but it's still a pretty important game. We've got quite a lot of background noise actually coming off of Vague's mic.
Sorry about that. I don't know why.
I'm not entirely sure what that is. Just clicking sounds, but it's fine. We're seeing some pretty standard bans, except the Gyrocopter, which leaves Nyx Assassin in the pool. So Gamertson have maybe banned so that they can leave themselves Nyx Assassin, knowing that PPA are almost certainly going to ban the Batrider and the Magnus instead, because they're just far superior to the Nyx Assassin at the moment. But Nyx Assassin is still one of the best heroes in the game in this version. So I'd be very surprised if they didn't pick him up, and there he is.
Well, it completely stops Pussy Patrol from picking that ever so popular Shadow Demon and Keeper of the Light combo because
well,
oh no, they picked it again. We've seen this. We saw how badly this went in the final of the January tournament for Enemy Intelligence versus Imba. As they tried to go for Keeper of the Light, it caused a little bit of disruption in between the team as they were saying, no, it's not going to work, but someone did it. It's not a strong combo. If Nyx Assassin comes against Keeper, that spiked Carapace, he just has to make sure he gets in the way, and he nukes down Keeper with using barely any mana himself. It's a fantastic way to counter him. So they're going to have to really be careful here. If they pick up the Shadow Demon as well, it's a good combo, but again, Nyx Assassin, they've got to be careful.
Yeah, I can imagine that PPA are just looking to try and put that keeper with whatever they decide to pair it with on the against the solo, and hopefully they won't come up against the tri-lane with the Nyx Assassin in it, because that could cause a little bit of problems. But the Ezreal is still an amazing support hero, and they probably just don't want to give Gamertson keeper themselves, so that's probably why they actually picked him up. He is very, very weak to Nyx Assassin. We've talked about that, but yeah, they obviously still feel that he can impact the game, and Jakiro as well, one of the top tier support heroes.
Definitely, and now Gamertson have one most likely going to be a support on the tri lane. So obviously, Pussy Patrol just instantly lock out their two supports for the tri lane. They need a hard carry. Gamertson are probably going to be looking for the strongest carry that they could use against it and look for a counter to it. They could just try and shut out PPA's tri-lane already, or they could focus on getting up the best offlane that they can. Darkseer isn't around, but we do have Bounty Hunter. We've only seen him really countered by Imba Batonet's picking up a clever Clockwork, so if they do use him, it will probably should work in their favour, because I don't know if Pussy Patrol will be able to use that kind of Clockwork counter, or if they even saw it to do it. They actually go for their mid, and they pick up Queen of Pain, who is one of the best mids left in the pool, but I don't know how well she'll fare against a Templar Assassin, considering she's still in the pool. She's definitely the second best mid out there.
Yeah, Templar Assassin is still in the pool, but maybe they're going to run Queen of Pain on their offlane. Maybe that's what they're thinking. I'd be surprised if they actually did, but there's no reason why they can't pick a Queen of Pain and then Templar Assassin straight away to lock out both their lanes. But yeah, Bounty Hunter's still there, so Bounty Hunter still hasn't been picked up. They go for Leshrac, who's a ridiculously strong support hero still. If they can get a Shadow Demon as well, then they can really work the supports. But I suppose he'll just probably be with the Nyx Assassin. But yeah, Queen of Pain probably just looking for that mid. I wouldn't be surprised if Pussy Patrol do decide to pick up a Templar Assassin at some point, but actually they go for Luna, so they've already locked out all of their tri-lane. They really wanted to get that Luna on board because she is one of the strongest carries in this version now, and the Gyrocopter is banned out, so yeah, that does make a bit of sense. We saw how powerful Sven was yesterday, though, and Gamertson still have Sven available if they can work some clever bans.
Absolutely. I mean, Sven is still in the pool, Void is still in the pool, so we have those two extremely strong carries that can be picked up. And Phantom Lancer, one of the most popular carries that we've seen, and would work very, very strongly with a Nyx Assassin and a Leshrac. They have that double stun. You can't miss Bled Earth with Nyx Assassin's what's the name of it? Impale. So it's a really good combo. Yeah. And they're actually banning out the Windrunner, so Gamertson are focusing more on getting rid of the good off lanes, but it's interesting because Windrunner, they wouldn't pick them up because if you still have a placeover from the other team, so the other team would just instantly pick up a Clinks if they knew what they were doing. So PPA on the other hand are just focusing about getting rid of Gamertson's hard carries because obviously they're still looking for a hard carry. They've got their mid most likely with Queen of Pain. They've got what's likely to be the two support heroes for the tri-lane. They're really looking just for a strong off lane and a strong hard support, and getting rid of those heroes like Windrunner Pins, they're probably not going to be picking up a Clinks because Clinks versus Windrunner is your ideal match. We could see a Weaver, we could technically see a Lone Druid because he's so strong in this version and we haven't seen him banned out yet, or Bounty Hunter, inarguably, but still arguably one of the best off laners in the game so far.
Yeah, the Windrunner ban does kind of make a lot of sense. They do kind of want to lock off their off lane because if they give PPA a really, really strong off lane, and the Invoker drops down as well, so they don't want to give PPA any chance to to kind of work around with clever picks like a Windrunner, because Windrunner can go mid and she can fare well against Queen of Pain in mid, and she can also go on the off lane, and it just gives them more chances to it just gives them more leniency basically in their last pick, and Gamertson really can't counter against a Windrunner pick. So they're also banning out the Shadow Demon, so they're getting rid of a few mid heroes. Shadow Demon not really preferably played in mid anymore. He's just too easy to gank, and he just dies so many times if you do decide to put him in mid, but he's still a ridiculously strong carry, so I can still see why Gamertson did decide to ban him out. PPA going for the Void, obviously big hard carry, and Bounty Hunter for their off lane. But sorry, Vague, what were you going to say?
Well, they banned out Shadow Fiend because actually Denied's strongest carry, he plays him almost all the time. If you look at his match history, that is why they've banned out Shadow Fiend. They've looked at how much Denied plays him, and they do not want Denied to have that Shadow Fiend because he is very, very good with him. So that is an entirely strategic ban, just focusing on their normal mid.
Yeah, that's a good point to look up as well. That PPA are obviously very like that Shadow Fiend quite a lot, and Gamertson have done their homework. So that's a nice ban actually from Gamertson, then getting rid of that if PPA are very, very good with him. The Brewmaster ban from PPA. Brewmaster obviously just a ridiculously strong hero. And his ultimate is just so annoying. You have to keep him constantly locked down, or he will just throw that ultimate and just completely turn around a team fight in the matter of seconds. So nice ban from PPA. They kind of just want to get rid of those ridiculously strong heroes, but Sven is still in the pool if Gamertson want to pick him up. He's probably one of the strongest carries left. Phantom Lancer is still there, but they go for the Alchemist instead.
No, JD, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've actually seen an Alchemist, at least not an Alchemist reach its full potential in terms of the hard carry in this tournament, have we?
We saw Ian Tell play Alchemist once in the January tournament, I think, and he did okay. He got a ridiculous amount of farm, and he didn't really contribute to the match until right at the end of the game when he came out of the jungle and stopped farming. But yeah, Alchemist is an odd one, and Undying has made it all the way here and finally gets picked up, and he will almost certainly be their off laner. So yeah, it's back and forth picks here, and Gamertson really got to look at their off lane now. But against Undying, they should be okay if they can pick up maybe like a Clinks or a Weaver.
Well, Undying, obviously not one of the best offlanes versus someone who's ranged, but the fact is that his teamfight contribution is insane. That Gravestone, can combine so well with any kind of sable because it just allows the zombies to build up, and the slow means that an entire team loses all of their mobility, which really helps for a keeper Q. It really helps for Jakiro to land his ultimate, and it really helps for Luna to just run in and use her ultimate as well. So they're just really looking now for probably their mid, and they've banned some of the best mids have been banned out, but not Templar Assassin.
Enigma!
Yes! Yes!
And the Night Stalker coming out from PPA. But we've got to get back onto that Undying very, very quickly, because that slow is going to be very, very important against Gamertson's team. I mean, Alchemist is one of the heroes that if he doesn't catch up with you, he just can't do anything to you. Same with the Nyx Assassin. The Nyx Assassin has to be near you, and the Leshrac does kind of rely on mobility to survive. So the slow from the Undying can be very, very could impact a team fight quite a lot actually just by itself. I'll run through the Radiant team, and then we'll switch over to Vague for the Dire. So we have the stand-in, who is Dux, playing on the Undying, probably going to his off lane now. We have Penis on the Keeper of the Light. We have Denied on the Night Stalker. Let's Go Tomato Fight. We'll be taking up the Luna, and finally we have a name I can't read because he's moving too fast. RTN Bot will be taking up the Jakiro.
Meanwhile, for the Dire, we have Ravinka on the Queen of Pain. We've seen him play Queen of Pain before. He's very, very strong with that. We have Villa on the Alchemist. We have Slave Handler on the Leshrac, Catapung on the Nyx Assassin, and Crayon QQ on the Enigma.
Yeah, a little bit of an odd one really, because you don't really see Ravinka go mid very often at this team. It's normally Catapung who goes mid with that Batrider or whatever they can pick up, but he obviously likes the Nyx Assassin, so he's decided to give up his ordinary mid role in just so he can play a hero that he likes, which I suppose is probably the way you want to go. You don't want to lock yourself down with certain tactics before the game's even started.
Oh, definitely. But JD, how excited are you? Finally, Enigma gets broken out.
Yes.
We can see those ultis that make us scream with excitement.
Yeah, and Enigma is certainly one of them. So the Enigma could impact this game quite a lot, and I hope he does, because I love seeing Enigmas. Really nice dewarding there by Slavehand to get rid of the observer that was placed in one of the ordinary spots in the middle of the forest. And yeah, this is going to be a really interesting game. I'd like to see how how the Keeper of the Light fares against the Nyx Assassin as the game goes longer. But they have got what they wanted, and they have got they have got themselves up against the solo lane. No one's actually there yet. Crown QQ might actually be going for the jungle, so this could be a little bit of a bizarre choice where we see no one going up on that off lane against a Luna, which is going to be really interesting to see, because Luna is obviously one of the hardest carries in this version. So giving her free farm probably isn't the right way to go, but we'll have to see what they decide to do.
Well, Gamertson are smart players. I imagine they have some kind of tactic here. Using Crown QQ in the jungle may just be to level him up first hand, so we can get a little bit of a stronger group of Eidolons, and then maybe fare a little bit better against him. But maybe they're trying to give Pussy Patrol a false sense of confidence. You know, maybe they're trying to get them to feel like the Luna is safe, the Luna has free farm, so that they can go down and gank, and it can be a complete surprise. But it would be a very risky tactic to do so, because we know how well Luna can farm. Although I have to say, she's not doing an amazing job at the moment. Only 3 last hits compared to, look at the top, Alchemist is getting 7. He's so good with that last hit. Those last hits, and we know how well an Alchemist stacks with last hits. If he keeps getting them consistently, it just gets better and better, and he doesn't miss a single one.
They've dived ducks actually, but the Split Earth misses. The Split Earth missed with Slavehand. I think he was anticipating the stun from Nyx Assassin to last a little bit longer, but it got cancelled pretty early, and the Undying actually gets away with that one. The 2 stacks of Decay actually gives them quite a lot of HP, so I don't think they would have been able to get him anyway, especially since they don't have much right-click damage on this Gamertson tri-lane. But yeah, it was a little bit lucky for Dux. He would have at least taken a lot more damage than he has if the Split Earth had landed.
Indeed, it's a little bit strange actually that Leshrac kind of went for it that early, but it was just a bit of miscommunication, I suppose. Catapung using his mana burn on the Undying is kind of very unnecessary. Undying doesn't need that much mana to keep up stuff. He's got Decay, and as long as he keeps up his Decay, uses it when they're all in a big group, which they seem to be doing every time they're trying to go for him, he's going to have a really nice time just building up a mana pool, building up a health pool that will allow him to just get back to tower and be safe.
Yeah, but draining that mana is going to be pretty important as well. He only has one clarity, sorry. So if he can keep wasting his mana, he's not going to be able to spam that decay for much longer. It does only cost 70, but it's still probably what he has to try and do in this lane to stop Undying having anything. But look at bottom, and you can see that Luna has already taken the tower. Actually, Keeper of the Light gets the last hit, so a tower has already fallen. Against Gamertson, they just did nothing against it. They just don't want to stop this. They just don't feel like they need to stop this push coming bottom from the Keeper, the Jakiro, and the Luna, which has already taken a tower, and it's looking at the next one.
Well, it seems so strange, especially as Nyx is such a hard counter to Keeper. Just sending him down could be very useful. They won't need that much, especially if they're going try versus one. It's not necessary. But obviously Gamertson have a plan, but it's just going to their T2 bottom tower now. Again, there's no stopping. We don't see anyone porting in. This is dangerous. This is a very, very strange tactic to go 3 up top, 1 in the jungle, and just 1 in mid, and completely abandoning this bottom, which is a very easy way into the base. They're going to have to do something about it soon.
Yeah, they really do have to swap someone over here, because regardless of how little farm the Luna's getting compared to the Alchemist, they do already have a tower, so that's an extra 200 gold, and that easily counts for up to four last hits, or for 5 or 6 last hits for every single player on the team, which is a huge amount at the beginning of the game, and it puts the Luna pretty much on equal farm as the Alchemist, even though the Alchemist does get extra money. If they take another tower, then it's going to be pretty difficult for Gamertson to get back into this, but we see Queen of Pain pick up a double damage rune, so she might be able to do some ganking eventually. But still, there's just nothing. There's nothing coming out against this tri lane at bottom, and they're just letting them do whatever they want.
Well, she's going to dive denied now because she's got a haste rune. She's got a double damage.
Oh no!
Just slightly misses the scream. That's a very, very unlucky thing. But denied just being good. He knows his stuff, but he's very low on health. Queen of Pain could just come out now. She's actually running out of the haste rune, so it's a bit of an unsuccessful gank, which should have really got denied.
That was pretty unfortunate from Ravinka blinking straight into the trees, and she had absolutely Queen of Pain had absolutely nowhere to go as soon as it had happened. So quite unfortunate, but yeah, a little bit of a miss gank, but it lets Queen of Pain get as much farm as she needs now that the Night Stalker's gone, and Night Stalker's only sitting on 7 and 3, which is fine. And PP has actually dived in, so PP looks like he might be falling to this Queen of Pain now. If Queen of Pain can get one more right click, there it is, and first blood does go to Ravinka. So a little bit of a mistake from the Night Stalker coming in when he thought Ravinka was on a lot less HP and mana than she was. She'd actually bottled up almost to full, so a little bit of a misplay from the Night Stalker, but it will help this Queen of Pain a lot. Queen of Pain will now be level 6, will now be looking towards getting her ulti, and she does have her ulti, so she will now be a massive force if she wants to go and gank.
And as I thought, the Nyx Assassin has actually turned up and is now using the Spiked Carapace to counter this Keeper, which you really needed to see. And as I thought again, Crayon waited till his Eidolons were a little bit more level and he had some Malefice in order to escape. So they were actually going for that tactic, but very, very risky. Tier 2 tower on bottom, already down to half health. They're now going for a 3-1-2 setup, which is, sorry, a 2-1-2 setup, which is, you know, really what they only need. They don't need to have all 3 in top, considering that they're only against an Undying. He's melee, so Leshrac can just keep him off with ranged prods, and the Undying is not going to be able to get anywhere close to him. Yeah,
under normal circumstances, you would say that there's no way they should be running a 2-1-2, but because Kate Pung is such a hard counter for that Keeper of the Light, it pretty much shuts them off, and it's basically a 2v2. But looking at top, we have Night Stalker now that it's nighttime, walking in with Ducks. Are they just going to dive the tower? No, they're not. They're actually going to back off and and not bother. They're really fearing the stuns coming out from Slave Hand and Villa just to lock them down under a tower, and they could probably get a kill. They might just be pushing this wave and then going for the dive. It doesn't look like they are, so the Night Stalker's just not being able to do anything at night yet. Gamertson playing very defensively and very well, especially what they need to. They can't really afford to give this Night Stalker anything, so 2 disconnects have actually come out. That's a bit weird that they've been disconnected from from each team at the exact same time. That's a bit of an odd one, but
I think every team is both teams are a little bit confused there. But yeah, if you watch that, it looks like Undying slightly blocked off Denied. Denied didn't quite seem so sure. Again, he does just always seem to always play this Shadow Fiend so often. Yeah. So it's a bit strange. But then maybe he just wasn't quite comfortable. He's already used his ultimate, so that's gone. It's back into the real knight again. And with Alchemist and Leshrac together, they do have great stuns. One good stun from Uncable Concoction allows the Split Earth to land, but Alchemist doesn't have his ultimate yet. He's not that much of a scary threat. It's just that they're scared of having that double stun below the tower, but honestly, they could have probably got the Alchemist.
Yeah, more than likely. Alchemist is just making actually, I think Alchemist is making a Maelstrom before he's even bothering with his boots. He's got a Mithril Hammer and a Gloves of Haste, which does suggest that he's building up a Maelstrom, Maelstrom first. So that's interesting to see, but it will give him that extra attack speed and those ridiculous prod damage. So yeah, it's a nice choice, but he should really be building his boots as soon as he can, just so he can be a little bit more survivable. He's only got 750 HP, although when he hits his ultimate, he does gain a lot of HP off of that.
Well, it's a little like the more defensive Battle Fury, isn't it? It allows him to farm in the jungle very easily, because he clears the camp so quickly as they're all whacking onto him, and his ultimate doesn't cost that much mana really. It only costs up 50 at its first level, and he has 416. He doesn't need to use anything else. He can just stack up Grievel's Greed along with Chemical Rage whenever he gets back to low health, and he's got so much regen that this is all he really needs to do. He's going to get so much farm in this jungle, and unless Night Stalker doesn't stop getting on his case, Villa's going to have a lovely time.
Yeah, and they really need to deny him some farm pretty quickly. If he can get a Maelstrom before 10 minutes, then he's looking pretty happy, and he'll just jump into the jungle and he'll farm ridiculously fast. So yeah, they've got to try and do something against this Alchemist. He's sitting on 42 last hits at the moment, which for an Alchemist is going to get him a lot of net worth. Let's just check the net worth. He's 200 ahead of the Luna at the moment, so he's really doing pretty well. And another pause actually comes out from Jakiro, so maybe they're still having a little bit of problems. But they unpause immediately from Night Stalker, and we will get everything back underway. So yeah, this Luna's actually doing okay for farm now. She's actually on about the same net worth as Alchemist, and she has half the amount of last hits. So well, not quite half, but you know what I mean. She's sitting quite far behind. So, but now the gank comes out from Ravinka. Are they going to be able to pick her up? Nice dodge of the Ice Path. 1E will definitely secure the kill on Luna. There it is. Queen of Pain picks it up. That's going to have helped them a lot. That's pretty much exactly what they needed to do against this Luna at this point in time, and they did it perfectly. So, nice play by Gamertson to try and limit that Luna's farm. That's exactly what you were talking about earlier, actually. Just giving them that false sense of security, and then all of a sudden walking out and giving that massive gank, and Luna didn't see it coming at all.
Well, even I thought it was a crazy plan, but apparently it works. So there you go. We already have Luna, who wasn't getting the best farm. Alchemist was actually doing a better job, as was Enigma. But now they've just gone fall down at bottom. They're really going to scare this Luna and stop her farming, while Alchemist has free reign at top against Dux. Dux isn't really able to do that much. Alchemist has his ultimate now, and even though he's losing some health, he just has to ultimate and walk back to tower, and he's definitely safe.
Now they're trying to gank the Night Stalker in mid. Ravinka's got the invisibility rune that's been popped, so she can get a Q on. Then Enigma can walk in with the Malefice, and here they go. There's the Q and the Malefice, and then the E from Ravinka. The Malefice is still proccing. Is it going to be enough damage? I don't think it is. They just back off. The Black Hole wasn't used. I think they were just trying to scare this Night Stalker away. It did the job. He's had to go back to base, so he's not going to be able to gank anytime soon. And but you can still see that Luna's not doing bad on net worth. Villa's actually finished his Maelstrom, and I think that's being sent to him now. And now he's just gone into the jungle to do whatever he can. But Luna's still sitting on 3.1k, which is a respectable amount. And she's got her boots, and now she's probably looking towards making that BKB as soon as she can.
Well, I'm going to have to direct you to the Knight back in mid on this Night Stalker. What is going on with his skill build? He very easily has a 5-second silence. It's insane, just putting one skill point in that W against the Queen of Pain, a Nyx Assassin, Leshrac, and an Enigma. He could completely stop a team fight early on, considering that Enigma is actually now level 6, but he hasn't even spec'd 1 point into it. I'm assuming he must spec into it next, because it's kind of madness if he doesn't. But we'll only find out now, I suppose. This is just hit level 8. He has a point spare, but it just seems so counterproductive against such a spellcasting team.
It goes into Hunter, so he wants the extra move speed and attack speed that brings, and it looks like he might be going top to try and get a gank. A lot of TPs are coming out from PP So there's the gravestone. So maybe they're actually just going to go for it now. The Jakiro's in the back. Is he going to hit the ice path? He does. And the Night Stalker around the back of it. Is he going to be able to kill Slave Hand? It looks like he won't. No, he actually might get caught out by the Malefice. The Malefice does catch him. He does manage to get one little Q on, and that will bring him down. Ravinka comes around the back. The Night Stalker's still there. Night Stalker does have Black Hole if he wants to pop it, but it's not going to make a difference because he does fall. Ravinka with the haste rune looks like he's going to quite easily be taken down. PPA, no, he actually misses with the Scream. He doesn't have any more mana. He has one more point to get a blink, but he has to back off. And that went really, really well for Pussy Patrol, and Gamertson just didn't really react to it very well. I was expecting the Black Hole to come out a lot earlier from Enigma, but he just couldn't find the right position.
Yeah, it was a little bit strange actually that the Nine managed to survive, but again, that ultimate miss, a really bit of misplay there by Ravinka. That should have been right on target.
Yeah, I just wasn't expecting that really ridiculously fast move speed that the Night Stalker had. 30% extra move speed coming off of the Hunter in the Night. Doesn't even have phase boots yet, but we'll probably be picking them up extremely soon. But yeah, that's kind of what PPA actually needed to do. They needed to get back into this game somehow. But in that entire fight, it doesn't look like the Alchemist actually got hurt whatsoever. He's at bottom. He has his Maelstrom. Now he's probably going to be looking towards getting his phase boots in the jungle. And he's sitting high at the top of the net worth chart at the moment, but that's not going to really mean anything if he doesn't contribute to any of the fights, especially early on. If they lose any more towers, then PPA could really turn that around pretty quickly.
Well, we know how late game orientated Alchemist is, but he is very useful in the fights. And Stable Concoction, as long as he makes sure that he stays away and stays away where that stun is charging up, it's very useful. Like, he can be a huge contribution. And Acid Spray, he hasn't actually spec'd into it yet, so
Watch
he is
Crayon.
focusing on the late game.
Watch top though, because there's a massive gank coming up. PPA have got a little bit of ahead of themselves, have dived the tower. Villa now teleports up, has the ulti. There's the Black Hole. It only catches one. No one else was really there, but it was enough to get the kill, and they're pretty happy with getting the double kill there on the top, and they're just going to take down this tombstone, get a little bit more gold, and it's not really going to have helped Villa. Villa actually got absolutely nothing. He's just farming the little zombies as much as he can, and he's getting a ridiculous amount of gold off of each zombie he kills. He's getting 35 gold, and he's killed quite a few of them, so that's going to help him a lot.
But the second they noticed that, Gamertson actually stopped killing the gravestone because it was helping Alchemist get so very fed. That is an insane kind of thing. But yeah, Alchemist apparently pretty good against Undying because he can just stand there and farm those zombies.
Yeah, and we were saying that he didn't really gain much in that fight. Kills wise, he didn't get a single kill or a single assist, but he gained 1,000 gold just off the farm, so that's a pretty unbelievable amount, and it looks like he's having something sent to him. No, it's the rest of his phase boots, so now he has completed his phase boots and he has an extra 1k gold on top of that, so what he builds next is entirely up to him. But I can imagine it's probably going to be a Vanguard or something just to try and stop this Night Stalker's right click damage, because it is pretty insane. It doesn't really need any farm to be able to do it, so I expect a Vanguard to probably come out of Villa next. He doesn't really need to be looking for any more damage items anytime soon. He just wants that survivability in a team fight.
Absolutely, it's just so impressive that Gamertson managed to pick up on that. They now have a great kind of counter to Undying. Despite his gravestone being fantastic, it just allows Alchemist to get more fed, and we know how much Alchemist is money dependent.
Yeah, he's pretty ridiculously money to pay. If he doesn't have farm, he's just completely useless. But with farm, he's probably he's probably the strongest hero on the map. And he will probably beat down Luna with equal farm, just because that equal farm does grant him so much more gold. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. But look at him destroying these creep camps. He's taking a lot of damage, but the Maelstrom is really helping him quite a lot. And that's just kind of exactly what they need to do. Keep stacking for the Alchemist and just let him get as farmed up as possible.
Well, I imagine he might be going into getting the full oh, for goodness sake, what's it called? The full Mjolnir next, because that will help him even more with just clearing those camps as fast as possible. And then he could really get whatever he wants. He gets so much money. The slave handler actually not pulling the wave so that the creeps come his way, come Villa's way, make it a little bit easier for him to farm.
Look at mid,
Cape
Punk, gank on the Night Stalker. There's the ultimate from Queen of Pain, and it picks him off. Cape Punk teleported into mid and popped his ulti, and then they did manage to get the kill on the Night Stalker. So they're really keeping him locked down in this game. He's really achieving almost nothing. He's sitting at 1-2-0, which is not what you want to be with a Night Stalker. You really need to start snowballing as early as possible to be able to take out the game. And then at top, Dux has got caught out very slightly. Nice stun by Villa, and then the Malefice is going to quite easily take him out. Enigma gets the last hit, but now Villa's just going to be farming off of these zombies, like we said before. He's just going to be having a lovely time standing here, just attacking them in the gold as he possibly needs. Look at how much gold he's actually gaining off of it. It's a pretty unbelievable amount.
Well, I'm just trying to find. He's actually earning almost 500 gold a minute, which only 15 minutes into the game means he is farming at a kind of crazy level.
Yeah, his net worth is sitting on 6.7k at the moment, so if he can get any more farm, he's still got 2.4k of gold in his bank. So if he goes to the he's probably looking towards maybe getting a Radiance or something. That'd be pretty useful, and he's farming so fast he can probably afford to just to pick up that really early Radiance and start just destroying these supports as quickly as possible.
Well, it's crazy to say, but Gamertson's plan of leaving Luna and then just scaring her has worked. Luna is now sitting at half the farm Undying is. She's not even close to any kind of other item other than her treads that she's got. She's got a Mithril Hammer. Maybe she's going for a BKB, but it's been so effective.
Yeah, it really has. And Villa's sitting at about 2k gold more at the moment, so that's a pretty ridiculous amount of farm, although he hasn't actually spent it, so for the amount of farm they have on them, it's about equal. So, yeah, if I would still have to say that Villa definitely has the upper hand if they were to get into some sort of fight. He has now bought something. What is it? It's the Hyperstone, so he's going for a really quick... He's going for his... Mjolnir pretty fast, so the Hyperstone being bought up by him. He has to pop his ulti though. He gets caught with Leshrac, the stun from the silence from Night Stalker, and it looks like Alchemist is going to fall. He does to the Undying. Cape Punk's hanging around. Are they going to initiate? No. Slave Hand, the slow from the zombies is really helping them, and Undying gets a double kill. Ravinka walks in, nice ultimate, but it doesn't actually manage to get any kills on the back of it. Cape Punk kills the Keeper of the Light almost instantaneously, but is Cape Punk going to be able to survive? I don't think he is. He's really slow off those zombies. Nice Ice Path from Chikiro. Catches him. 1Q will be the end of Cape Punk. There it is. And he will be picking him up. Ravinka actually manages to get another kill on the back of that with the Enigma's help. But really nice play again by Pussy Patrol to be able to get as many kills as they did. But Gamertson really did well to be able to turn it around and get a few kills themselves. The Nyx Assassin really was extremely helpful in that, taking out the Keeper of the Light as quickly as he could.
Indeed, it looks like actually Alchemist is not going to have any problem with that because he managed to spend his money on a chainmail before he died, so he didn't lose a penny. He was only left with He is going Assault Cuirass, exactly as I was going to say. Really clever there, just making sure that he didn't lose anything, so nothing has been in vain. But Gamertson have spotted the double damage rune, as have Pussy Patrol. It's going to be a race to get this, because Luna with it will be fantastic, as will Alchemist. So Gamertson are actually crowding around it as much as they can. They really don't want to lose this. And Queen of Pain actually picks it up because, let's face it, 5-0, she's doing really well for herself. And her net worth is at 5.3k. She's under the Luna, but she's got a strong lead, almost 2,000 above the rest of Pussy Patrol.
Yeah, she's doing exceptionally well. So is this Alchemist, and they could be going for the kill here. The stun from Leshrac hits, and Ravinka was waiting in the trees, and they managed to pick him up. And the other teleport just gets cancelled because there's no way they're going in there. And they managed to pick off the Luna. Nice play by Slave Hand, waiting in the trees, waiting here in the trees until the teleport had come off, and then a really nice stun by him managed to secure the kill. We have a few from PP waiting in the trees, but Ravinka knew they were there. She blinks in. It was Cape Punk that actually let her know, and they're going to get another kill on the Keeper of the Light. It looks like they might be picking up this Chikiro as well. They are. Nice stun by Alchemist, and Ravinka gets another double kill. Now an 8-0-2 for Ravinka on that Queen of Pain. Is really playing exceptionally well.
Indeed he is, and it looks like Alchemist has almost already got his Assault Cuirass. He's only less than 1,000 gold now. To 800 gold is getting so fast off the Assault Cuirass. The second he gets that, not only does everybody gain an advantage, especially that Queen of Pain being able to hit faster, the Nyx Assassin being able to knock out a few more prods, but he gains even more. And let's face it, his damage is getting bigger and bigger by the second. He's probably going to finish off his Mjolnir after that. He's very, very fast now with his phase boots. Everything is just going so well for Villa.
Oh, the Ice Path just misses him, actually. I think they might have been wanting to go for it, but the Ice Path was very, very, very slightly too short, and it he actually managed to port out, and he's just ported straight to top to continue his farm. So he's just farming as much as he possibly can, which is exactly what he needs to do. He now has his Assault Cuirass, so he's really, really farming exceptionally well. 20 minutes, he's sitting on 10k net worth, a Maelstrom, his phase boots, and an Assault Cuirass, and I really don't think that Pussy Patrol can really hope to fight him if they come up against him with the rest of the team. They really do have to just start ganking him now and hopefully get their Luna up faster than they can get up. They can get this Alchemist.
Well, the pings are coming out from Pussy Patrol. They know they have to get rid of this Villa because he's just getting so fed. But they're really not doing that much about it. They can actually go on him. He was free for that time. Undying was trying to get the rest of his team to come, but it looks like it's not going to be there for much longer because Ravinka is up here, and Queen of Pain plus Alchemist is not a combo, especially with Crayon now up here. He's got his ultimate up, so hopefully Pussy Patrol will go for something, and we'll see a good Enigma ult.
And there's the Assault Cuirass that's been purchased by Villa, so his attack speed is absolutely nuts now. It is absolutely insane attack speed, although in the trees they managed to catch Slave Hand. He was in no man's land. I don't know what he was quite doing there. Maybe he was looking for the gank, and they've actually managed to catch the Nyx Assassin as well, so they get a 2 for 0 Pussy Patrol just from two heroes just really being caught out in no man's land, probably expecting Villa and Ravinka to just dive under and try and get a few kills. But now we see Crayon has his Blink Dagger, so the Enigma has the Blink Dagger, and this is the point in time where I think Gamertson are going to really want to be looking to just push down as many towers as possible and really take the lead they've got and make it show.
Indeed, the Blink Dagger is already in his inventory. They've got 4 of them there. They're all very close. Enigma could blink in if he wants to. I'm really hoping he starts to because it's so close. He's in Blink Dagger range. Oh, please let him. Ravinka has actually been caught out. A perfect Ice Path. Looks like she's going to go down from Night Stalker's prodding on her as well as everyone else. Standing Ducks. And there is the Enigma. He's come in, but he's not ulting yet. Standing Ducks is already dead. Penis is on such low health. The Knight is actually going to be able to run away because he's so fast in the night. And now Slave Handler has ported back in. Can he land off a Split Earth on PP? No, he doesn't. The Keeper of the Light actually manages to get away because that is so Solan's hand. But meanwhile, while I was just focusing on that, Villa actually manages to get the last hit on the Night Stalker as they did keep up. And Enigma used his ulti again just on that one Night Stalker.
Enigma actually popped his ulti very early, and nothing actually. He actually caught nothing, and he instantaneously cancelled it. It wasn't really exactly what he wanted, to say the least. I mean, he hit nobody with the ulti, but the fight went their way anyway. It was a 4 for 1 in the end. I think only it was a 3 for 1. Sorry, only Luna and a Keeper of the Light managed to survive. Luna was just free farming. Now has her BKB, so she's getting a little bit of farm, but she's 5k behind Alchemist.
Yeah, and that is stacking and stacking and stacking. If we look at Alchemist now, he's already building up. Actually, it looks like he could well be building up for a Skull Basher, yeah. The second he has that, his attack speed is so fast, it just stacks so easily. He doesn't even need to finish off his Mjolnir. If he does, it'll be an afterthought, because Assault Cuirass plus Skull Basher is going to be hell, especially for someone as squishy as Luna, as their main carry. She's not nearly getting enough farm. If we look at her items now, we can see that she has actually got a BKB, but that Skull Basher goes straight through that, making it a very useless item against this Alchemist.
Yeah, I think that's the reason he's picked it up. They really didn't know that she was going to go for BKB as soon as possible. They were probably watching her farm, and as soon as she had BKB, they thought, right, okay, we've got to get something to counter that, and then the Skull Basher came out, and it's a really nice pickup. I think they know that that this Chikiro has the invisibility room, because a few pings were coming out, and looking at top, Slave Hand gets caught out again, and the zombies are going to finish him off, so Undying does manage to get the kill. Capepunk trying to run away, but Night Stalker might catch him. Is the silence going to be popped? There it is. The silence is on Capepunk. He can't activate any of his spiky carapace at all, so there's no way he's going to be able to stun him. Now he can, and really nice timing by Capepunk to be able to activate that spiky carapace, but he's still slow. Nice impale, and I think that's going to be able to get him away. He's just going to be able to walk away from this one now, and PPA just back out.
Indeed, and at bottom they actually tried to go for the Luna, but just were a little bit too slow. Ravinka revealing herself just in time for Luna to port back into base, so that was a little bit sloppy there from Gamertson, but not that bad. Porting is going absolutely everywhere. Gamertson positioning himself back to top. I cannot believe that the leaving bottom alone has actually worked so well, but now Ravinka goes in. Ulties, it only hits ducks, doesn't matter though, because K-Pung has trapped, denied, surely he's not going to be able to escape. The split earth misses, he actually is escaping, he uses gets a pipe used on him and an urn, and it looks like he's going to be getting away, and he does, but Undying is not quite so lucky. He gets killed almost instantly because he just doesn't have that speed. Lucky for Denied though to be able to escape that from the mist split earth.
Yeah, definitely, and now Crown QQ has his ultimate back up if he wants to go in there and use it. So if they huddle up, they're going to be hit by an Enigma ultimate, and hopefully he can catch a few more people than he did last time. And if he does, then the fight really is just going to be... And there he goes! He's blinked right into the middle. The BKB gets popped on Luna instantaneously, so he just walks away. It wasn't exactly what he wanted, but they do scare them off, and Villa is still just free farming, now sitting at 15.3k net worth, which is a ridiculous amount compared to everyone else. He's really just doing exceptionally well. He has 3k gold on top of his basher, so maybe he's going to be looking for an Abyssal Blade for that 2-second stun that goes through Magic Immunity. I wouldn't be surprised if he was going to pick up an Abyssal Blade next.
Well, I have to say, maybe a Nick Crayon actually meant to do this. It looks like he's going to get caught out, though, because Jakira lands a stun. The Q has already gone up from Night Stalker. Crayon is on such low health, but out of nowhere comes the Split Earth from Slave Handle, and it lands. Denied is looking like he's in no man's land. Is he going to die? Yes, he is. The ultimate kills off as well from Jakira to try and help to kill some of Gamertson, but it does not work. They're all at full health. But as I was trying to say before that action kind of took place, the Enigma may well have been wanting to do that, and Luna now has a very big cooldown on her BKB. It's actually down to 20 seconds now, but they still have the possibility. They've had to push her back, which means they can allow for a successful push on top, and I doubt that Pussy Patrol are going to be able to stop him. Enigma actually has his ultimate up, so even if they wanted to, this push is going to be so direct, they're either going to take the tower, or they're going to catch up the Luna while the BKB is still on cooldown and be able to completely nuke her down. Villa on low health though, he's going to have to move away. He's actually got his ultimate, so that's practically an Aegis to just go back. The priority is not on him anymore. He's actually been hit by the Illuminate, so they could stop him if they wanted to. They've put out the Gravestone. We've already seen that just helps him farm. He could pick up some lifesteal possibly if he wanted to, but he's not going to because he doesn't need it. It looks like he is just going to be going for that Abyssal Blade.
He is so ridiculously fast as well. They just can't catch him. They need to keep him locked down continuously. Even with the tombstone on him, it just did absolutely nothing. And the relic has been bought up by Villa, so it does look like the Abyssal Blade is on the cards, unless he wants to go for a Radiance instead, which would be an odd choice, but almost certainly an Abyssal Blade. Yeah, it's being sent to him now.
Indeed. Oh, there we go. And there is the Abyssal Blade. He has the ability to absolutely shut down Luna, and if we look at net worth, he is so high up. He's almost at 17k. That's almost 8,000, sorry, higher than Luna. That is a breaking the game-breaking level. So Luna is going to have to do something amazing, maybe really win a team fight if she wants to kind of turn this around for Pussy Patrol.
Yeah, when you actually think about it, he's pretty much an Abyssal Blade up on Luna, which is just a ridiculous amount of farm. I mean, the amount of damage that an Abyssal Blade gives you, plus that 2-second knockdown, is not the amount you want to be behind if you're Luna. I mean, she still has Eclipse, but if she gets stunned, she's not gonna be able to use it. That's for sure. She looks like she's going for a Shadow Blade. Actually, she's picked up a Claymore, so it looks like she's just carrying on with her plan, doing what she wants to do, and maybe she's picked that up just so that if she does get stunned by the Abyssal Blade, she still has an escape mechanism.
Indeed, it would be a very, very good idea for her to just try and escape as much as they can. They don't... Obviously, it's very difficult for her though, because she's just not as fast as the Alchemist. Alchemist being such a fast hero with his ultimate, helping him so much, giving him a 410 move speed, plus the phase boost just gives him an extra 16% boost. That is so difficult, but that Pussy Patrol are almost all in mid now. They've got 4 up here. They've got all 5 up here, sorry. The Enigma is around. He does have his ultimate up. He does have his Blink Dagger. Let's hope he starts to get something, because we are all dying to see a great Enigma ult.
Yeah, we are, but I don't think they even need it right now. They're so far ahead. This Alchemist can just walk into the middle of a fight and really just absolutely destroy them. He's now got 2k gold again after he bought his Abyssal Blade, so he's just farming like an absolute madman. There's no way they can stop him really. Although they are looking at top to try and catch out K-Pung. K-Pung does have his ultimate, so this is going to have to be This is going to have to be very, very well timed and positioned by them to try and catch him out. He does just pop his ultimate now, and they're not going to get him. But the rest of Gamertson are now looking at top lane. They know there's 5 of them there. Crayon's walking in. He has his Blink Dagger, and he has his ultimate up. So if he can catch 2 or 3 of them, this could be a very, very easy fight for Gamertson. And Pussy Patrol have really got to be careful with their positioning so they don't get caught out by this Enigma ulti. Because if they do, it's going to be a very, very short fight. They're just diving this tower. Maybe they want it. There goes the Fortified. Crayon hanging around the back. He's way too far away. I don't think he's going to... He's not even close to blink range. If he was standing in the trees, maybe he'd be able to, but Luna's there. She pops the Eclipse. Can she take out Crayon before the fight starts? No, he pops his mech. He's just going to walk away. Ravinka, right in the middle of it, pops the ultimate. Does manage to take out the Undying and the Night Stalker, but the double kill from the Keeper of the Light with that Illuminate, and it really didn't go their way at all, Gamertson, and a really nice, well-constructed fight by Pussy Patrol, especially Luna waiting in the trees, trying to pick off that Enigma and really putting him low before the fight has even started and scaring him out of using that ultimate.
Well, she did a great job picking off both the Nyx Assassin and the Enigma, sorry, and that's exactly what she wants. She's got a Shadow Blade now to try and get some escape, meaning that somebody will have to waste an inventory slot holding a gem to be able to see her, and even then, if it's not Alchemist who would have to waste that slot to really be the most survivable, they're going to have a nightmare. They've actually caught out Ravinka now, but she's just going to blink away. She's completely fine. But let's just say, my goodness, that was a perfect way for PP to try and turn that around. Villa's net worth has dropped back down to 16k, and there's only a 4k difference now. Luna has the option to actually turn this back to away. She's got 2.6k in the bank. She does have buyback, and Alchemist now doesn't. So what has Alchemist been buying?
Kate Punk's going to actually start on the Luna. Luna pops the Shadow Blade and actually just manages to walk away. But Kate Punk really did put her low. He's brought up that Dagon. He's only got it at level 1. But if he had it at any more levels, Luna was just straight up dead then. But yeah, the Shadow Blade there was just showing why it's such a good pickup. He managed, the Luna just managed to just walk away. And now they've dived. The Ice Path actually completely misses. Ravinka backs off. Here comes the ultimate, maybe from Crayon. No, he's waiting. He doesn't want to use it, but now the Night Stalker walks in and silences him. So there's no way he's going to be able to get away. The Luna is doing so much damage in the middle of the fight. Villa now comes in. Villa can't catch up with Luna. No one could catch up with Luna. Oh, but the stun from the Skull Basher actually manages to catch her on the last attack that he had. Is he going to use the Unstable Concoction on the Keeper of the Light? Yes, he is. There it goes. They're probably going to be picking him off as well. And this is not what Pussy Patrol wanted to do after they had such a good fight.
Well, the game just went completely back in Gamertson's favour. If we look now at the net worth again, Alchemist now back up at 19,000, so that's so huge. Well, we learned Luna at 12,000. That is again a 7,000 difference, something that's showing Alchemist is a much stronger carry here and is about to pick up a double.
Looks like he might be going Roshan.
He is going Roshan indeed, and he's got his Mjolnir, so he did finish it as an afterthought, getting the Abyssal Blade first.
Look at how
fast.
Just
going to win enough.
Look at how fast he's destroying Roshan. This is only after 30 minutes, and on his own, he is just doing a ridiculous. Look at that damage that he's doing to him. He's taking him out on his own in about 10 seconds. Ravinka really didn't contribute anything to it. He will be picking up the Aegis, and now Pussy Patrol really do have a massive problem on their hands. The farmed Alchemist with an Aegis is never going to be what they want to see. And Gamertson also still have that black hole up. Ravinka, Crayon QQ, sorry, just not being able to use it at any time that he really wanted to.
Indeed, an Alchemist attack speed with his ultimate on is 0.36 seconds. He's actually got the Aegis as well. That means that with his ultimate up, he's also got the Abyssal Blade, which has a 25% chance, which means almost every single second he's going to be doing a 1.4 second stun. So the way it works out mathematically, he should be able to perma-stun anyone he's focusing.
Yeah, and it will almost certainly be Luna, because she's the only one that's got any resemblance of farm. There's the only one doing any sort of damage, so he just permanently attacks Luna, and Luna is just dead. Meanwhile at top, sorry, I had to try and point you out there. Absolute great smoke gank there from Pussy Patrol. They just wanted to get rid of the Enigma because he's got a minute now. So that's a minute with absolutely guaranteed no black hole, so she can save her BKB. But they must know surely that Alchemist has the Abyssal Blade, so they're not going to be able to stop it if the Alchemist does come in and decides to attack Luna. Kate Punk hanging around, level 2 Dagon. He's going to go on to Keeper, and he's going to finish Keeper off exceptionally quickly. And now Spiky Carapace has been popped. So Luna with the stun, with really good time stun actually, but nice stun by Leshrac. And then the Queen of Pain What fantastic ultimate from the Queen of Pain, catches all three of them, and Villa really doing a ridiculous amount of damage to the entire team, gets a double kill, and then the Leshrac picks off the Night Stalker as well, to the triple kill for the Enigma, for the Alchemist, sorry. They didn't even need the Enigma. The Queen of Pain ultimate hit all three of them before Luna could pop her BKB, and Villa was just doing so much damage to the entire team. It really does show what the amount of net worth difference now, 10k. It's just really stacking up ridiculous amount.
Well, exactly. That BKB was really, really worthless in that turn of turn from Luna, because the one she had to watch out for wasn't Enigma. It was almost definitely always the Alchemist, and with that Abyssal Blade, it's going to be off cooldown in like 10 seconds. Look how fast those last hits are, my god. But almost 10 seconds until it comes off cooldown again. This is nothing. This guy can just whack down the entire tower. Look how it's insane. I've never seen somebody be this farmed. If we look at his gold per minute, it's almost 700. Really, really great farm. And now they're just going to wail down the mid racks, and what can they do against it? Instant scythe from Ravinka on the Keeper of the Light. He just instantly dies. Alchemist has actually been stunned while he's using his unstable concoction, but it doesn't stop him. His ultimate will be up in 5 seconds now. Will he be able to survive? Because he's only on 300 health, but he has an Aegis, so it doesn't matter. He's about to respawn now with his ultimate up, so that's a really bad timing actually. Pussy Patrol already lost 2 people. They've now just been able to take out the Enigma with Q's. Luna's Q, and the last stun. Luna instantly buys back into the game, and the stuns a huge. Pussy Patrol trying to save that poor Undying, but it's not going to be enough. He does get killed. Villa doing so much damage. Luna actually manages to pick off the Queen of Pain, but does it matter? No, it does not. Does she have buyback? Yes, she does. She actually hasn't bought back yet, but does she need to? Alchemist completely destroys the mid barracks, and now all of Gamertson are there to back him up. It's complete destruction, and this is the value of having an Alchemist.
Yeah, and the value of being able to get that free Roshan, because that really did help them in that fight. The Alchemist died very, very fast, but then as soon as he respawned, they just couldn't touch him. He was just absolutely destroying the entire team. And now that his Aegis is gone, he is going to be picking up his Heart of Tarask. He has, oh no, he's got his Satanic. Actually, he's got an entire Satanic in the Courier. So that is that's just complete monstrosity. When he gets in a fight, he is going to absolutely destroy them. And if they think they've killed him, he's just going to regen all of his HP in the matter of seconds, especially with how fast his attack speed is.
Well, unless they come up with the most amazingly coordinated team fight ever, it's going to be practically impossible for Pussy Patrol to actually fight this Alchemist now. Their entire fight comes against this Alchemist. They have allowed him to get farmed this much. They haven't been able to attack him as much. He's sitting at 25k net worth versus half of that for Luna. She is in no way capable of taking on. The entire team actually put together is 4 of their team members put together is the same net worth as this Alchemist, and he has the Satanic, he has the Abyssal Blade, he has the Mjolnir as well, so everything that they do is just going to go in his favour.
Yeah, this the attack speed on Villa as well is just absolutely insane. You can see him now as he starts to wail on these Ancients. Now that he has his ulti up, look at how fast his attack speed is. That's just absolutely incredible. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that in my life.
It does kind of put you a little bit at shock as a caster to see how well Villa has farmed. This is great play by Gamertson, and such a great pickup. Let's not forget how well he works so well against Undying, somebody who's often banned, is actually just works so well. He just managed to get so much farm off it. He didn't stop at his farm, picking up phase boots after he got his Maelstrom, and now it's just going to keep going. But it looks like actually a beautiful stun from Slave Handler, and he's put on his ultimate, he put on his Diabolic Edict. Are they going to be able to get denied? It looks like they are, but surely they can't. They do actually manage to get denied, and Luna's been caught out. She has used her Shadow Blade to try and get away, but they've used that sight. Enigma's ult comes out in 8 seconds, but they don't need it, because Nyx's Assassin just needs to Q, and there we go. He's already got a level 4 Dagon, and the GGs are called.
GGs are out as Villa wails on the top barracks. He took them pretty much all by himself while that fight was going on. Ridiculous amount of attack, and nice farm comes out from PP on that Villa, because he really did farm exceptionally well. And this has been a pretty good game. It's been a 40-minute game, and both teams have played so well in this entire match that you really can't take it away from either of them. They've both played very well. It was just in the end they couldn't stop the Alchemist's farm. And there's the Enigma Black Hole on the Ancient.
Very beautifully done. I'm sure it pulled it an inch at least, but absolutely brilliant. I mean, can you believe that? That Alchemist farm was insane. 305 last hits. He made almost 800 gold a minute, and by the end he had buyback as well, just breaking into the tower, breaking into the barracks. What can you do against that? It's so strong. And to be honest, Pussy Patrol didn't have enough stun to really control him.
Yeah, and this Night Stalker just didn't do what they want. He couldn't manage to do what they wanted him to do. He was the last pick. Hopefully, they really wanted him to start ganking the Alchemist early on as soon as possible, but it just didn't go their way. They just couldn't get a single gank. Alchemist really playing well, hugging the tower with Leshrac, and yeah, the Alchemist just got a ridiculous amount of farm by the end of that game, 780 gold per minute. And you compare that to Luna's sitting at 420, which is normally quite respectable, but Alchemist just absolutely dominated that game.
Absolutely, and we have to actually just point out how well Keeper of the Light managed to play versus a Nyx Assassin. Actually turned around a team fight so strongly, it almost looked like Pussy Patrol had a chance of winning, but again, it's such a strong counter. Just well played there by Pussy Patrol to be able to keep the Keeper of the Light as a very valuable member and keep him as a good support without being too hard countered by that Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, it was really nice play. It's nice to see both teams playing so well, and hopefully we'll be able to bring you their matches, and hopefully you'll remember them by the time their matches next come around, because they do deserve to be remembered. They did play very well here, and well, that's actually all we have for right now. But we do have another game coming up. I believe the next game starts at 7. Is that right, Vague?
It does indeed.
Yeah, okay, 7 PM GMT is the next game. That's in about 2 hours. I don't know what the exact... I don't actually... No, it's not. It's probably in about an hour now. I don't know what the actual time is. But hopefully we'll see you then.
It's 6 o'clock.
Okay, so it is in an hour. So hopefully we'll see you then. And this is Just Delicious signing off.
And this is Vague Contour. Thank you so much for watching. We hope to see you again in an hour. And remember that if you can't watch out the live stream, everything is going to be put on YouTube. And as you'll notice now, we've got rid of that static image. A static border, as some found a little bit annoying, so you can see the entire match in full screen exactly as you should.
Well, actually we didn't for this one because I completely forgot to take it off, but I will be doing from now on, and it will be gone. So yeah, sorry about that. Hopefully we'll see you for the match.
Oh well.
Oh well. Hopefully we'll see you for the match in about an hour. Goodbye everybody, and have fun.
Goodbye.